Alright, so this was my number 2. And so the first thing we need to do is figure out what would be my U and what would be my DV. So I'm just going to set up something over here. And this is typically how I'll set it up. My U, I believe, is x squared because I think eventually it's going to go away or just give me a constant that I can factor out. And my DV, I believe, is e to the 4x. So if I'm taking the derivative of U, that would just be 2x, and I could put a little dx there. And then my dv, if I want to go backwards to find what v is, so the derivative of e to the 4x is e to the 4x, but I would have had to multiply it by that 4. So working backwards, I have to divide by that 4. So now what I have, using that integration by parts, the uv minus the integral of v du, is x squared. So this is equal to x squared, so uv times 1/4 e to the 4x minus the integral of v du. So that's my v is 1/4 e to the 4x times 2x dx. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I'm going to say what I have here is 1/4 x squared e to the 4x minus, these constants I can pull out, so 1/4 times 2 is 1/2, and then I have x e to the 4x dx. Well, this is good. I like this part. But this one I still need to integrate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another integration by parts. So I have another u and another v, and we're just going to do it again until we can actually integrate this thing. Like right now we can't integrate this yet. So my u, I'm going to guess, is x, because again I think it's going to go away. My dv is going to be e to the 4x. So the derivative of u is 1. Has a little dx there. And then my dv being e to the 4x, we just did that one, it'd be 1/4 e to the 4x. So now if I rewrite it again, remember I have this part here. So I still have this 1/4 x squared e to the 4x minus 1/2 times my new uv minus the integral of v du. So u times v will give me a 1/4 x e to the 4x minus the integral of my v times du. Nicely it's a 1, so I just have the integral, the 1/4 I can pull out, of e to the 4x dx. So again, these are still equivalent. I still have an integral symbol though. But now I know what the integral of e to the 4x is. I can go ahead and integrate that. So I have 1/4 x squared e to the 4x. Sorry, my e needs to be a little bigger. E raised to the 4x minus 1/2 times 1/4 x e to the 4x minus the integral of e to the 4x dx would be that 1/4 e to the 4x. And then I would probably have some plus c whenever I do an integration. I have a indefinite integral. And so this probably would be a correct answer in my eyes. We could probably clean it up a little bit though. 1/4 x squared e to the 4x. Multiplying by half here, I get an 8 x e to the 4x. Multiplying this half by both of them, that's 1/16 times the half would give me plus 1/32 e to the 4x. and again, I have this c that's multiplied by a fourth and multiplied by a half, but when you take a constant and you multiply it by another constant, you just get some other constant. So that should match up to what my answer was, and it does. So it's just doing an integration by parts. So this one we had to do it a couple times to get it to work out. There was the first time, and again, you keep on using it until you are able to find the integral. Or manipulate it some other way. There's other ways to manipulate these at times.